All right, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, let's do a little rundown of today's matches. Today was a crazy day, man. Today was an absolute crazy day. What a fucking day. The day definitely delivered on so many levels. I think that T1 showed brilliancy. Fnatic fought back really valiantly. And I think, there is a lot, to take away in terms of the confidence that I think Fnatic can extract from this game, because they legit showed that they have 4 players that can compete with elite level players. Tian had quite a terrible series, quite bad series. Cream on the Ari looked rough, but the Tristana game delivered. 369 on Renekton also delivered. But Jackie Love just created such a big distance between him and his counterpart in this matchup. Like, Jackie Love blasted Noah today, and Noah was in big trouble, regardless of what was the matchup that was being played. But let's begin with T1. T1 today, record-breaking. The last time they had a game that was this fast was, of course, against Mad Lions. And let's start off in the draft department. I think the main thing that I want to highlight when it comes to the draft is, I didn't think that it was too bad what they cooked together. My only issue here is this Renata look-in. It's like, I think Renata, to want to pick it intentionally against the likes of Tam and Azir and Senna showing, I don't like it too much. I think usually here in these type of spots, you're better off playing like the Blitz, Blitzcrank. I think that you should find tools to force actively. Like this could be also a Bard game, even though this champion has been nerfed a lot. The other direction that you can go in, right, is you can just decide and straight up go Ashe as well, right? Like picking Ashe is perfectly fine. You can go in the direction of you go full poke. I think Nico is interesting, I think that Renata prefers to play against a lot of melees, right? But as everything transposed into the 4-5 with the Viego and the Ornn, I do think that Renata gets value against Viego, right? And Varus has incentives to go attack speed. So I don't think it was that terrible. The Graves on 4, with Xin and Jarvan out of the picture, I think in terms of blind picking, when you want to blind pick a top laner, when you want to blind pick a top laner, AD jungle, I think Graves is a decent one. I think that picking Graves here is permissible if you know on 5 you are capable of picking something like Zac, Ornn, Sion, right? Because you need to have like some front line, especially with Renata. I just think that this pairing is not the greatest, right? Renata is good into the Viego, so it like turns out fine. The matchup is still winning, but that's mostly because of how strong Varus is, So I think maybe there's something to optimize here in the super position. And additionally, it's like they got Zac here because the enemy blind picked Ornn, which is fine. But I think if they don't get a Zac angle here on 5, I think that this composition is very hard to play against these champions because they are very hard to break, right? So you're not picking anything that matches well with Ori. I think ideally you make the enemy ban Xin Zhao. I think you should look for Xin Zhao here on 4. I think it was surprising to see the Xin Zhao ban. Grave is something that inspired spammed a lot in solo queue, so it is what it is, but enough about draft. Let's talk about the game.
It has been used before and in the past was very meta.
A little bit too far forward. So at first, the matchups are pretty good, I would say, for FlyQuest, right? It's like they have good matchups to play. It's not too, like, they can win mid. Orianna, I think, pressures Azir early levels. FlyQuest bot lane is strong. Graves has prio. I think there is room to game here, Whippo is doing well in the early trades against the Ornn, which set up for this dive scenario. Keep in mind, if your jungler does three camps topside into check invade against the Viego here, and he started here into bot, Graves is not benefiting from an assist, even in some cases a kill, because he's going to be very late into his bottom side. Sure, he can clear this bottom side, maybe he will lose Crab, and then he can continue his clear, but he is sacrificing a lot of tempo for this to happen. So it has to pay off through the matchup. We take a look at this. Whipple comes in. Whipple comes in. Whipple could flash earlier to keep passive, but he flashes because Ornn could maybe TP to the turret and then maybe fuck him up. I'm not so sure. Maybe he didn't need to flash because I believe that Zac passive resets the turret aggro, right? And the wave was big enough. But now Zac should be able to convert, right? Like Zac should be able to convert like 1 kill. If this is going to be significant on the second base, in most cases. Here there's refillable and Ornn is going to begin to slow push out. So this wave bounces, right? And with that in mind, as the wave bounces, let me just double check the last time we see the wave. This wave bounces, right? So basically Ornn is going to begin slow pushing. And how Zac wants to play it is that he wants to TP back and then he wants to thin out the wave to make sure that Ornn doesn't crash, right? That's how everything goes back and forth. It's like whoever is stacking the wave needs to be stronger than the opponent through XP advantage and wave advantage to crash the wave. If he can't, then the wave gets frozen and he is in trouble, in danger against the Graves and so forth, gets traded on. And this is how matchups swing, right? If you're winning a matchup and you're stronger than the enemy when they have minion advantage and XP advantage, then you have won the matchup completely. That's why Ashe Battles or strong bot lanes are so polarizing, because you stack the first 3 waves and then on the bounce you can trap in the bush. And you can win past the waves, right? You can win past it. The enemy needs to slow push out, bounce, and they need to crash the wave, but they can't because you're weaker, even in the context of course, having the minion advantage and the XP advantage. So this is how laning works, right? It's like you contest level 1 to get level 2. And level 2 bleeds into wave 3, right? And wave 2. And then from that position you can decide. Either you continuously hit the wave while it's under the turret, the next wave that's coming, wave number 4, or you decide to base, so you let it bounce. Maybe you chunk the enemy HP enough to know that if the wave bounces, you're gonna win and you can't stop the guy from crashing. These are laning. These are basic elements of laning, right? Very, very basic elements of laning. So Whipple here TP's back, he has a gold advantage, but he doesn't buy refillable. And refillable, in theory, refillable, it heals you, what is it, 125, 100? Did they nerf it? Let's just double check. Refillable 125, is it? I think it might be 125. Okay, it's 100 actually. It's 200 HP. It's basically like a ruby crystal on crack, right? It's like a very cheap item that gives you the combat stats that are as big as fucking like a big ruby crystal, Like ruby crystal gives you 150 HP, right? And basically you get 200 HP for the refillable. So think about refillable potion. It's a very cheap ruby crystal, right? So stat-wise here, with Zac having no potions, he is not that much weaker, right? So we continue. Here, Whipple just overtrades on the wave, right? It's like Whipple begins to lose HP right now. He walks on the wave. Zac is a champion that needs to drop low, right? And uses Revitalize to heal back up with the blobs and keeps fighting back and forth. But Whipple just loses way too much HP. Zeus just starts to walk on him, starts bonking him, just beats the shit out of him, W's his E as well. Like Zeus just fucks him completely, right? He had no reason to lose this much HP. And now all of a sudden the Zac that got the early gank from Graves is now in trouble. Graves will have to clear his bot side camps. He went to the crab first and then he's going to cross. But this is not something that, Whipple can do. So Whipple stays here with low HP, has no passive. Now Graves is crossing through mid. He has to walk very, very far to save Whip. Like here, Graves needs to do fucking crazy shenanigans to even fucking allow Whipple to come back, right? It's like Graves needs to fight them and challenge them so they actually use spells so Zac can walk up, so Zac has no passive. Like here, Inspired, it looks like a psychopath move, but it's a really good move. Like, the enemy team is now using abilities to try to kill him. He burns his flash, right? But it means that Whipple can walk up because Ornn and Viego don't have spells, right? So I respect what Inspired is doing here, because he saves Whipple's lane completely.
As Whippo now rejoins the fray as well. Miniwave not going to go to the wayside. This is nice at least for a recovery. Yeah, so Inspired does go off.
Now Whippo shoves the wave, crashes it. Maybe Ornn could stay in bush, but I think probably he couldn't. Keep in mind here, right? Someone in chat said that Whippo solo lost the game. Like that implies that, you know, if Whippo didn't lose that HP, that he would win. Like come on, that's not the case. It's like here in this case, being this condition with Senna, 19 souls, like Tamken's 36 CS against Varos Renata. Like you are very happy, by the way. Like this is an objective win, in my opinion. Right? This is an objective win. When it comes to the conditions, right? It's like going even with Azir as well into Orianna pre-6 is also a win. It's just that those are the matchups, you know? Those are the actual matchups. So it's very important to keep that as a context. Let's keep that as a context. No, of course it matters. It matters what Whippo did as a mistake, but you said that Whippo solo lost the game. That's semantically, that's it just, unless you're speaking hyperbolically, that's just delusion, right? But you have a way of talking, so that everyone does, right? So it is a big mistake, right? But we are analyzing it for what it is. This was a very, very nice combo. E, like R into E in the turret, into bonk, and then the W with the CC chain. That was a very nice combo with the E on the turret, bro. Zeus finds ways to make Ornn, you know, look very interesting. Some reason in this train conductor hat, he looks so OP, the Ornn. Don't you guys believe so? Like, look how broken he looks with the train conductor. He gets triple platings of the void grubs. Now, of course, this is a consequence from before. This is a consequence from before, plain and simple. Inspired gets the Drake off of it. Now the next sequence, we're going to see a TP on mid from both Tam and Azir. But first we have the dive. Let's check out the dive before I forgot this dive. Nice. Here we go. So Bubbo's just crashing the wave, Graves is coming. Master trading onto Korea. Deals a lot. It's like this looks relatively decent, right? But yeah. Here Whippo just needs to make sure that Ornn doesn't get to use spells on him and the wave. But it's like he is trying to create the circumstance where the Ornn doesn't push the wave, right? He's worried that the Ornn is going to one-shot the wave. That's his biggest concern here. He's very concerned that Ornn is going to fucking one-shot the wave with his spells. It was relatively close, right? But honestly, did Bubba play it good? Maybe it's Inspired that should be able to finish him off. Let's see here. With the Senna ult, I think they just can't do this, honestly. I think looking at it now, I think plain and simple, they just can't die. I think Whippo is trying to defend the wave, right? And he flashed the Ornn R, CC'd him into the turret, but there's a Senna ult and Ornn has flash. I think that there is no kill here. I think that as long as Zeus plays is good, I think they can never kill. So I think just the idea in itself is just bad. The execution, honestly, I'm looking at this, and I don't know if Whippo can actually play it different. So I think it's just a bad play.
it, and we're all aboard. Choo-choo!
The next situation here is we're gonna have with this fat double TP on mid, man. Look at this, man. Look at this fat double TP. Inspire is punching a pink, and then Varos and Renata are basing.
Faker coming in off the side lane. Carry. Oh, it's a double. It's a ruse.
Here, probably, you know, like he could maybe react earlier because he's posturing to push the wave as fast as possible. He can't walk into topside because Viego's coming, right? So, like, Orianna has no escape. Probably needs to sidestep this Tam W and then challenge Azir on his flash mechanics, because at least it makes it a lot harder. But the soldiers aimed super well, so probably he can die anyway, but he made it very easy for the Azir, of course, by flashing the Tam W. Another thing is that if he flashes downwards away from the soldier, it's also a lot harder for Azir. You know, imagine here, look at Jensen's flash. He needs to flash in a way to create distance from the soldier, you know? No, for sure, Stanak. We agree that it's a bad play, right? It's a bad play, you know, to give up all his lead. If Graves can recover his camps and get bot crab, I think it's fine. It's not that big of an investment, but it's just on the return what he needs to do, and him ending up dying anyway to a stacking wave on the dive, you know, because of his conditions. That's the rough part. So now Orianna has no flash. Top is over. Yeah, like basically, like he needs to dodge Tam W, place his Q better, so he maybe can R the Azir, and then he has to challenge. Like, it's a lot harder to kill him if he doesn't flash the Tam. It is crazy that the game ends in 6 minutes. This next sequence is absolutely beautiful here from T1. It's like they are posturing on river. And I think the big mistake here is that they know that Viego can be there, and I don't understand why they are trying to challenge in this position. Like, I think Graves needs to play through through bottom side, sorry, and then they need to connect and clear all vision and river if they want to play. Because Graves is relatively strong, I still think Varos Renata are relatively strong. I don't know why you decide to play on Jensen here, who has no flash, against Nashor's Tooth. I think that's just a big mistake here. Because Owner, like here, Faker has no ult, so he just, they play with Fog, they connect, they push FlyQuest out, because Azir is hovering. It's just that the game is very hard to play because Orianna has no flash, right? Realistically, they can't take control over River ever because Orianna has no flash, she can never connect, never. Here, Inspired is trying to do something cheeky, he's trying to cut off Azir on the rotation. But Jensen is pushing way too far forward. Like, he's pushing way too far forward. They're trying to create a scenario where Azir goes this path, and then Graves can like dash over the wall, and maybe they can like kill the Azir because he has no flash. But Jensen is just pushing way too far, and they spot Viego in his shroud on the ward that is placed on Dragon, and he just dies. And then here in the continuation, Inspired did show himself because he's looking to fight together with his mid laner that is dying. Inspired has flash, but Korea is just chasing him all the way. And then here, Inspired has the flash, the Tamkench Q, because he has 3 stacks on him. This is a very nice E tier because he's like walking into them with the move speed, spits him out when the Berserk is over because it matches with Viego's Berserk being over too. And then Owner is really deep, Butio super low, and they charge, you know, they just nuke him together. Very nice play, T1. Honestly, T1 played beautifully, man. Really beautiful. We continue. 6 Void Grubs, keep in mind now, and Herald in Viego's pocket. They are now walking down mid lane. Keep in mind, always with plays like these, it takes 2 to tango. A big discussion point was, like I tweeted, how did Mad Lions end faster? So the key thing is, I looked it up, right? I think the key champion was just Jinx. Jinx just getting resets on players and, of course, on turrets is a super big deal. But people are also talking about 2 Rift Heralds, but generally I think that 6 Void Grubs is more impactful than 2 Heralds. Because looking back at that game, the first Herald is used for platings. The first Herald is used for platings. You get platings, you don't break too much. It's not like you're combining two Heralds together and they're attacking the Nexus. 2 Heralds don't matter. I think 6 grubs is generally a lot better than 2 heralds, 2 end games early. I think the crucial detail there was the fact that they had Jinx. And the impressive aspect of this situation is the fact that they managed to do it with the Senna, a champion that is not necessarily known for nuking turrets due to her very low attack speed in comparison to most ADs, right? Especially in comparison to Jax, right? Not Jax, sorry, Jinx. So in this spot, right, the Void Grubs are doing so much legwork. I think Void Grubs just do way more than 2 heralds. Plain and simple, way more. Here, you know, a very important detail that a lot of people miss is if you don't drive the herald, you don't spawn Void Grubs. If you just let it go, this is just Void Grubs carrying the shit out of the situation. If Whippo decides to not engage here, there is no end here. Like Whippo is trying to look for a fight, and Faker still has flash. And the issue is that this Tamkench straight up just Malphite ults them. I hear FlyQuest, they are a little bit dizzy, and Malphite ult, boom, and the fight extends so fucking hard. They got a little bit too baited here because this Azir can easily go outright. it's a bit of a disaster. And the thing is, it doesn't stop, man. Keria Malphite ults him again, bro. Good Orianna ult, but Jensen has no gold, right? He eats Renata, and then look, another Malphite ult. Bro, he's just Malphite ulting them on a 10-second CD, bro. Look at him go, bro. It's just a battle Tamkench. Look at that. Look at the positioning there of the Senna heal too. Look at that Senna heal, bro. When Keria plays Tamkench, it doesn't look like the same champ, genuinely. Yeah, it's true. Like if Faker believed in his Tamkench a little bit more and Faker doesn't E out, Jizuka has a point. Like he could definitely like murder everybody in this spot, right? Like Tamkench looks like prime Mike Tyson in this spot. Like what Tamkench did in this sequence. Like first he knocks up 2. He CCs Masu. He gets the eat on Busio, bro. He eats him. Then he W's 2 again, bro. Like his CC score is over 9,000. And then the game finishes. But the Void Grubs are doing so much fucking work, man. Look how much damage the Void Grubs do. Void Grubs are way more impactful than Herald when it comes to ending games this fast.
This is domination from what was an early opener. Looks so beautiful from FlyQuest to absolutely nothing. FlyQuest have gotten nothing in this game. 13. Jesus. Let's go. It's just a catfish, bro. It's just a catfish. Let's go to game 2. Game 2. Just a swap masterclass. So naturally, right? Enemy has Ashe and Kalista, and you pick Wukong and you pick Gragas blind. You're looking to swap, right? Especially with this 4-5. Like blind pick Gragas and picking Wukong, it just means that you are not don't want to contest early. Something that I talked about, right, in my lane swap video. This is a very crucial detail, right? Is like ideally you can invade enemy bot side. I mean enemy top side on the split map, right? Ideally you create the circumstance where you invade. But the issue is, right, is that Varus needs to be on the wave. And they need to be careful of, like, because if Varus is not on the wave, imagine enemy top like steals the wave, right? Maybe you can, you know, add some layers where you predict that the enemy top layer is not going to be there and you add some layers to that. Sure, maybe you can, but being stronger in the 4v4 is crucial. Here in this spot, they are so weak that if they do this lane swap, invading is not realistic. It relies on the enemy not being aware of this. So T1 here, what they do is, Kalista goes bot, and then Ashe matches. What the fuck? So here Zeus gets pushed out, boosts your shows, so now they know pretty much, oh, Nautilus is on top side, he's on the ward, you know? It's a good question. We saw two Ashes in the 4-5 when Varus was showing, you know? Is the rundown going on YouTube later? Yes, it is. So here they commit to the swap, and then Kalista, I think here,
Now they know already the swap is coming, right? I think Kalista should freeze bot. Kalista should freeze bot. I talked about this variant in my lane swap video. If Kalista freezes bot when you decide to defend, you win on the spot. You win even greater than they did. So FlyQuest now are invading 127. Ashe is still very late to the party. Ashe could have walked a lot earlier here. Because I can assure you, they have all the info. Busio is here, Inspired is here. This Ashe should have been here or earlier, right? They are looking to contest. And keep in mind, this turns into a 3v3 with mid limping, right? With Talia and Azir going to limp into the situation. But in this spot, Talia is way stronger, Ashe is way stronger, like these champs are OP level 1, right? So we continue. Let's let this play out. What Ashe does is that first, he fucks up the whole life of this Azir. Faker defends, pokes Inspired, burns his time, Faker pops a potion instantly. Look at Ashe here, Azir feels comfortable to be on the wave because Talia is hovering. And then look, here comes fucking Keria on the Ashe. Obviously Ashe level 1 is a monster. He has fucking, the rune that does true damage, cheap shot, and he has fucking, he's Ashe with Halo Blade. It's plain and simple. He's one-shotting this Azir, right? And then Talia level 1 with a clean Q. Jensen has to flash, and his lane is already fucked. He can't participate in this invade. Varus is on the wave, stacking the wave, and FlyQuest are trying to finish this red buff, which they eventually do. They get the red, the smite. Here still, they can back off, Mission accomplished. They're so happy here. FlyQuest can still relax. That's why I think the detail of Keria being here so late matters so much, Owner did Wolves because he's planning to cross. But even in this spot, these guys can choose to not fight because they saw Ashe on mid. Kalista, they need to know the bot wave situation. Kalista is slow pushing. That's why I think it's so important that if you plan to defend and you plan to go into top side with your jungle and contest your camps, you should always freeze the bot wave. By freezing, I mean that you walk into the wave, pull it downwards and make it slow push into you. It makes such a difference in value. I showed this example in the lane swap video, but just to loop everybody in, look at this one. I'll show you guys. So we have Rokat versus UL game 5. Let me show you. So this is our situation, right? This Kog'Maw is freezing this wave. This wave has bounced. This wave is frozen. Keep in mind, waves spawned a lot later in the past. So Kog'Maw is freezing, and Maokai Elise took the entire top side, and now we're crossing into bot to defend. Kog'Maw is freezing top wave. Naturally, Gnar should TP top, right? But already has missed a lot. Gnar should be TPing top. Why the fuck is he not TPing top? He's clearing camps with Nidalee and is looking to dive bot. Now, if Elise realistically crosses into bottom side, then, we can defend bottom side easy peasy. But for some reason, fucking Vander and Steve decide to fucking fight 2v4 and they lose all their HP and they get dove. This is just trolling. I don't know what the fuck Vander is doing, bro. Why are we fighting them, bro? What the fuck? Look at that Corki W range. That's crazy, no? But as you can see, Kog'Maw did freeze the wave. And then Elise was hovering to gank the Gnar in case he TPs. But it is what it is, Just maybe it's not even a good example of what I'm talking about. We continue. Big W from Zeus. Faker flashes, Inspire flashes. Now Gragas after death, TP's bot. So there's the optimization is, I think, bot. The reason you want to freeze the bot wave is because you're not planning to fucking dive on the crash, right? You're not planning to dive on the crash, so there's no point in slow pushing a wave. Here Gragas gets to catch that wave, right? And he's taking it easy. Sejuani is not on time here, and they defend. That's why freezing is just better. And Keria should have been there earlier. The moment he sees Nautilus and Wukong,
he should be like hovering, you know, he should be ready to come if they want to defend, because it's a very smart play. This game is after this dive, pretty much, you know, they just cross to the bottom side. They look for the dive. Whippo has no flash. Busio has no flash. This is just T1 in full action, right? It's like FlyQuest feel safe under the turret as 2, but they have no sums here, so the play becomes very easy. It's also double Halo Blaze, has a lot of burst, you know. They one-shot Busio, and that is all she wrote. The game is pretty much done and dusted. I'm trying to remember if there was anything else that was cool that we can look at. I guess it's like we just have like the dive plays, and Korea is better than 95% of Western AD carries. Maybe more, bro. Just brutal, man. T1's just brutal. Jensen gets 2 here on the swoop, but owner flashes out. Like, look at this sequence, by the way. Look at this entire sequence. So owner is 1 HP, right? Everyone's playing around the same spell cooldowns, bro. It's insane. Look how in sync T1 are, man. Like this is like international tournament winner shit, you know? Owner queues back in, lands it. Beautiful. And then Jensen, bro, Jensen spawns. He thinks he can TP back and he thinks that the enemy is out of juice. But look at T1, bro. T1 read this play. Most players are gonna just channel base here and piece the fuck out. But they read the situation so well, bro. Like most players here, Ashe bases, Talia bases. But this is such a cheeky play. They are expecting this TP of Azir. Bah! Woo! Woo! FF. 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 Because the thing is, TPing on that turret is a good play. That's why T1's play is so good. You understand? Very nice. All right, I think we jump to the next series, guys. We jump to the next series. Fnatic versus TES. All right, draft-wise, I was very surprised to see the LB. I think also in terms of the bans, like, if you're planning to pick LB, I think Lee Sin ban makes sense, okay? I think Jax ban, I'm not a believer of Jax too much, but it is something that is played in the LPL, was played in Europe too. I just think that there is worse champions to play against. While I was watching this live, I was calling for Ahri ban, but it seems like the LB prep was specific for the LB Ahri, right? Because it's very predictable that Cream is going to pick it, right? So in my mind, when I think of what Tian wants to play, I do think of Viego, I think of Xin Zhao, and I think of like the tanks, like Rel and so forth, right? But it is kind of whatever. A big conversation piece was people said, "Oh, why didn't they ban Lucian? What the fuck?" The thing is, Jackie Love Mako is a very, very strong bot lane, elite bot lane. And if you look at their bans, like this is a very, very good meta for Jackie Love and Mako. And Varus ban, Draven ban coming in, these are not crazy things, right? These are not crazy things. And then Senna ban, these are completely natural things. It's like you have situations where Senna gets first pick by a lot of teams, Nautilus gets first pick by a lot of teams, maybe they didn't want to challenge the Senna there. It's like most, like if you think of Genji, T1, Top Esports, these are all teams that are playing Senna first pick, you know? It's a very, very common thing. So it's like to look at this, to look at this and say, wow, they should have banned Lucian Army.
I don't think it makes sense, you know? It's like their preparation was to play Aphelios Lulu versus it, and I think that's a fine place to start, you know? It's a fine place to start. Because the thought process could be, they could first pick Varus if we ban Lucian. It's like the hierarchy of ADs, it goes down in a very, very clear path, you know? It's like, you have Kalista, Varus, when Renata is open. Then after Renata, you have Senna with TK not trade, right? Either you blind not, or you answer with TK. And then after that, it's Lucian versus Lulu. And the thing is, you get to first pick, right? You get to first pick, so you have the priority, right? So you have to choose with your bans. You have to choose with the bans, right? So it's like they choose to play the Lulu side. They get the Xin Zhao, the Steal Away versus Tian, which I think makes sense. And then they get the Lulu. And also they invite a very weak support against the LB. I think prep-wise, all of this makes sense to me, right? Like, they want to set up an LB case versus the Ahri. They invite a squishy support and Lucian. I think that's like okay, right? I think that's like reasonable. They pick Sion. I think Sion is not a great champ, right? I don't think Sion is a great champ. The enemy banned Zac, but their intention was to do the Sion swap. So they're not looking to lane swap, they're looking to do the Sion swap. I just don't know how realistic it is that Lucian... Like a crucial detail of the Sion swap is that your bot lane needs to get prio to V2. You need to be able to push, you know? So I'm not so sure, I'm not so sold that you can make that happen. So Sion is mostly going to be used to invade, and then I don't think you can stack a wave and crash it and dive with Sion. I think that's unlikely. And then Cassandra can push, right? And then after 2 waves, Sion needs to TP back, or... You know? So it's like, I don't like the Sion pick so much. But their intention was to do a Sion swap, plain and simple, against Top Esports. But Top Esports read it as a book. The Devlin, thank you very much, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you. Alright, let's take a look at this situation. Let's break it down. The level 1 is very diabolical, very impactful. Here, Cassandra begins to hover down. They begin to sweep, the ward gets spotted, and you can see here Top Esports, you know, you can see the principle of even like objective control shining through. As Fnatic is face checking, they're making them pay a price in their HP department, right? They are covering this ground, they are throwing their spells and then kiting back and repositioning. It's the same thing in the Dick Bush here. There's like 3 points that you need to face check, right? In order to get Drake vision, right? And Top Esports do the same principle here, that they make sure that the enemy pays a price. They throw W of Lucian, W of Nami, Cream is going to look to Q here, right? They're poking, which is very important. Rotate your abilities. Very important. We continue.
Getting a bit of gold here early is Mako and Jackie Love as Poke comes through for the order deception, does nothing. Tien is deep in his red.
Here the main question is, right, if there's a way for Oscarinian to play around his passive.
Just wait to see if Fnatic continue to pull the trigger here. 369 has moved out as well. You gotta love it.
The 369 is now here. This ward is very important, very well placed, right? Very well placed. Here, I like that Fnatic are pulling these up, right? Because they can combo with Sion Q, and then it becomes a race for who gets level 2 on jungle, you know? So this is like pulling these Raptors is good. And then you see Top Esports, they don't have a strong level 1, by the way. I think that Noah should be green gun hitting the shit out of them. I think that Noah is like, I don't know what the fuck he's doing here. Why is he not basic attacking them? Like, he needs to be basic attacking with green gun,
He needs to be hitting here. All the damage matters, you know? He needs to be fucking hitting. What is he scared of? You know? He's like red weapon on and he's hitting the chickens, you know? It's like use this and hit, you know? You really need to be hitting here. Even here, he needs to keep hitting. Like, he needs to keep hitting. He needs to keep hitting Jakilov. He shouldn't kite back. There's no threat on him. He needs to hit. He's just plain and simple, needs to hit. Just hit more. He pushes too far back, you know? He should be pushing forward. Lethal tempo moves you to walk on them. Because the enemy, what threat is on him? There's no threat. He needs to be, like, he could have maybe squeezed 3 more autos already in the sequence that we saw. Here the main question, right? Like, Razork ease in, they get the heal. Here the main question is if it makes sense for Oscarinin to die. Should Oscarinin die? I'm not so sure. Because these guys can flash, and then maybe with the Oscarinin passive they can do something. But I think that the red is too healthy for them to finish it. And if Oscarinin dies to make, let's say, Mako flash, I don't know if that's worth it. Here LeBlanc does a cheeky move, right? I think that Fnatic could sync their play up with LeBlanc better. Meaning LeBlanc goes to get 3 melee XP here, which wins the matchup completely. But if Fnatic choose to not E in here on Xin Zhao, like here they can just wait, right? Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. They could even cross into bot here. They could even be done with the play. Like right now, they are super happy. But they want more because Xin Zhao's level 2. So you could say that they can take it easy here. Did you see that Kendrick dropped part 2? You're trolling? That's fake. That's fake. So why are you lying to me, man? It's real? No. On his Instagram, 616 in LA. What does that mean, 616? What are you guys talking about? No way. 616? What does this even mean? It's a fucking Maybach glove.
Off-white Sunseeker at the marina. Fuck a phantom.
Guys, let's finish the review and then go to this. Like, let's finish the review, all right? I'm cooking a rundown here, guys. Oh, I can't focus. Let's finish the rundown. Let's finish the rundown and then, my lord. That is crazy, man. What the fuck? What the fuck? No way. All right, let's focus on the rundown, guys. No. God bless Grizzly Björn. God bless. All right. I think they should have taken it easy here. They don't need to push it forward, you know? They don't need to push it forward. They can take it easy. All right. LeBlanc is getting XP here. LeBlanc is getting XP here. They could have taken it easy. They could have backed off. Honestly, mission already done. LeBlanc has advantage. Sion, Kisante both TP back and they can cross into bottom side. They have heal used of Mako. They can. It's all good. You know, they've already accomplished plenty. But they want more because Sion is a piece of shit and Xin Zhao is level 2, right? So they want more. So I understand where it's coming from, but LB is getting XP. June has to flash. And here the key thing is that June I think also here,
And they've gone too deep. There's a flash away for Fnatic. Don't have the damage, it seems. They need to land.
I wonder if Noah can just start hitting earlier as well, but I understand why he's running. I think if he heals earlier, maybe he can do more, you know?
And they've gone too deep. There's a flash away for Fnatic.
But okay, now the conditions of everything is that both top lanes TP top, Tian gets uses smite, Xin Zhao no smite. Tian can now invade the Xin Zhao because he knows, right? Humanoid can't get level 2. Humanoid can't get level 2. There's not gonna be like 7 minions killed, right? He can't get level 2 for the situation. Here. So basically, here Sion TP's back, top lane TP's back, but this is a better condition here for top esports bot lane. So this, like, still, this is no criticism. Like, Noah showed the AD, the hits he can do is much better, very important. But here, Fnatic's condition bot here is not on his. Like, this, he can't play different. Right now, Noah needs a base, and he did a good base. But the main issue is when he comes back, he loses his entire HP bar for like staring at Jackie. Here as well, I think Fnatic do a horrible gank. I like that June defends the camps, and he pushes forward, pushes it away. Good. Yeah, top esports, they are stacking, right? They are stacking a wave, and they are gonna look to base on it, right? Naturally, because Viego needs to pattern to top. Here, the Xin Zhao gank that they do is terrible. Very, very bad. The mid conditions is just horrible, because Cream was level 1 against level 2, came into mid lane with 1 portion, half HP. Like, he's just completely fucked. Like, this is not a knock on Cream or anything. Like, it's just base off of level 1, you know? He has refillable base, Humanoid at better HP, and he has 4 minions advantage in XP. Like 4 minions, it's already like he won his lane because of that decision level 1, right? So, fair play, you know? This game, I don't think Cream played bad, you know? I don't think Cream played bad. So yeah, top esports, right? They know that Xin Zhao is into bottom type, like bottom, right? Like Xin Zhao can cross, but he's walking on a ward. They're like pushing the wave deep, and now the ward, it's like they have vision over it, you know, and both flashes. I really don't like this gank. I think this is terrible, you know. I really think this is bad.
This try rush now. Pixel says hello. No flash nearby as well. As you said, the flash is available for Mako and Jackie Love though, and so for Razzle, yes.
Because keep in mind here is that Viego is a very fast clearer. So he's going to take everything, you know? He's going to take everything. Keep in mind, this is a big wave crashing into enemy turret. Big wave. Bad guns for Noah, no heal, no flash, no ignite on Lulu. Like, they don't have damage. Like, Xin Zhao should just complete his clear here. Like, they don't have... This gank is just bad, straight up. This is reeks of desperation. Because here, fair play, top esports can just base here, no problem. They use Nami heat flash, but like Jackie Love's flash usage was brilliant. And Mako chases them out, and then as you see, Viego took everything here, and June helps Razork to get some Raptors back at least, but look how fed this Viego already is for this bot gank. And Xin Zhao is quite behind. Yeah, Oscarini plays it super good to not let the wave crash, it doesn't get dove.
So, while I don't like lane, because this has been exciting, those level ones, those are good.
And now Xin Zhao also takes the golems, but as you can see, like the Viego tempo is better.
Where the jungle quadrants have at least been split. Even with that being the case though, Razork recalls after taking a...
I know, Baltamele. We are finishing the breakdown. We are disciplined. No spoilers, please. No spoilers. No spoilers. Humanoid drifting.
Or humanoid, of course, because they can as they get a transition over to Void Grubs in the 1v1.
Here, this was incredible, right? Because usually how the matchup works is like Kesante ults you, and then Sion ends up on the other side. He ults away, plain and simple. Because here I thought that he fucked up because he's letting the ghosted Kesante go in front of him to block it, right? So it's crazy, and then the fact that the CC lands here, Oscarini times the Q super well, because otherwise the W into the Q3 is going to fuck him up, right? And then He doesn't get the Q off. Oscarian's feeling himself, and this is where the snowball begins, right? LeBlanc gets a kill off of this, and it's tremendous. Boom. Humanoid, 2 Dark Seal stacks. Ari gets a base off of this, so it's not too terrible for Ari. But it is what it is, you know? Here, plain and simple, try 2v2. The wave off of the bounce, they can't play it, you know? Very rough. They get out-traded, outplayed. I remember there was a moment here when Noah just lost HP for no reason. I'm trying to remember what it is. Maybe it's after this situation.
It's a team game. 1v1 is something, but here we go. Tower dive.
This dive, my lord, guys. This dive was played so well by everyone involved. Look at this, man. So, the details here is Nami is tanking the turret, correctly so. They should be able to find lethal on a flashless and healless guy, but the timing of the polymorph is gorgeous. The E could have maybe been a little bit later, but the E is also very well placed. Like this is primo Lulu gameplay right here.
V1 is something, but here we go. Tower dive.
Noah gets the Q into the weapon switch. This is good. This is good mechanics right here from Noah's part. He roots. Maybe Noah could have kited a little bit more before the root. Maybe he could have kited a little bit more to get out of range of Jackie, because Jackie here already dashed, and maybe he could force his flash, right? They trade 1 for 2. Lulu gets fed here, but of course, still, this is like solid stuff, you know? This is solid stuff still. Good for Jackie Love, because Aphelios obviously lose a lot of CS, and the gold happens to fall in Lulu's pockets.
What a game already delivered. Half of the route that he was able to.
This was a crucial mistake here. Like, Noah is slow pushing out, and he needs to wait for Zinzan and Lulu, plain and simple. You can't lose your HP like this. Like what happens here to Noah is really not good. I don't know if he's fake pressuring with the root gun or whatever, but Jackie Love doesn't fucking believe it at all. He just doesn't believe him. He just doesn't believe him. He just fucking dashes on his forehead, you know? Because here, that Jackie Love doesn't have info on River right now. I don't know if the idea from Noah is that he's fake pressuring. Because look, Lulu and Zinza didn't connect, and through the bone plating, he loses half his HP.
He did not get the last hit on the kill, like you were saying. Both of them did go into the Lulu's hands, but still grabbing 2. Nice.
Remember, I mean, for Jackie Love and Mako, they fall in the 2v2. They still have a gold lead, but the fact that your Aphelios and Lulu making it easier in the laning phase may be a small win here for Fnatic.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you always go for these 2v2 tower dives.
Here you can see the effects of that early game, right? Razork is not reaching 6, Tian being 6 here in this spot, but it shouldn't matter in most cases, right? They find a little trap here on Tian, but he W's out, he's chilling, and Noah is very unhealthy. Humanoid is doing continuously well on it.
Scrape them together. Retain their
Mako doesn't have the sticks himself, so no heal up for Noah on the bottom side, and tempo heaven for top esports is what they're trying to pursue.
This is massive, of course. Humanoid, like in the same series, in the first series as well, what he did was he was actively roaming with Hui and kept busy. It's very nice to see this evolution of players that are known to be lane dominant to spread their impact on the map. Like, this is a very good evolution from Humanoid, because like when I was working with him, it was very hard to convince him to drop CS or drop wave states in order to pressure the map, you know? This was very nice from Humanoid to just collapse into bottom side, recognizing that Noah needs saving, and then the R flash here off of the chain, you know, to leash onto Tian. Tian holding ultimate here is very greedy, right? Like, he needs to ult. Like, he needs to ult off of that chain, you know? He needs to ult off of that chain and break it with the CC immunity, right? And like, I don't know why he didn't, you know? Tian had a very terrible series today, you know? Here, I think Noah doesn't need to die, right? But he doesn't expect Jackie Love to get knocked in, right? Like, here, Noah should just chill. Like, the play is a play without him, but he's just hovering. Natural to do so. Doesn't expect Jackie to get knocked into him. Here, Noah doesn't need to die. The fact that Jackie Love gets like these kills and these freebies on the back end really amounts to something great in the end. So now Noah, like June is now on 3-0. And a big problem for... I don't know how to judge the situation because June just gets straight up caught. Like LeBlanc is crossing and Zenza is not ready to contest. Like this is not a good moment. They have no vision in river. They have nothing.
LeBlanc gets so scary here.
Yeah. 2 kills already.
Like this is just a good play from Cream. Honestly, I didn't think Cream had a bad game 1. I think his game 2 was very bad, but his game 1 was not bad, by the way. He just like had really rough conditions, and Humanoid played well and Cream played well. Like the conclusion of those conditions were very fair and honest. So just because one player pops off doesn't necessarily mean that the other player played like shit or was bad, you know? There's a very clear contrast there because the conditions was very bad and Humanoid executed and Cream did what he could, in my opinion, you know? So June here, no flash, and Jackie Love gets another shutdown. This is problematic, right? Because now if you highlight the gold, 2,000 ahead, right? Tian played like dog shit, yes. Tian playing a simple played bad, right? We saw the situation here on bottom side. He didn't need to die. He could have gotten out, and it would have mattered a lot. You know, getting support kills is not only bad because of the gold distribution. It's just because you build shutdowns so easily off of kills on support. So it's like you have a 600 walking 600 gold is like terrible. It's really bad. And now in terms of these sequences that have happened, the bottom dive, the first one, and then of course the other situation where Noah loses HP and then he gets another kill on the back end. You know, Jackie Love just has gotten so fed, you know.
Jackie Love gets the shutdown goal because Jun had 3 kills.
Yeah, Cream, not to be outdone, my friend. Cream is like, all right, don't worry, I got you. Flash in here, the charm flash.
And now this goal gap is just mounting for more and more. This is a natural situation here because Nami is showing on bottom side, so Lucian is giving up the pressure on mid, and Rift Herald is spawning, Void Grabs are spawning, so Fnatic is first to top side, and LeBlanc is playing in isolation. Humanoid is saying right now, guys, they can't pressure me. I can push for free, I don't need info, and Nami showed on bottom side, you guys can do as you want. You are 4v3 on top side, so they're taking the space, all is good, you know, regardless of the Lucian condition. Here, what they did is like Nami went bottom side to drop a ward for the Ahri, so Ahri can farm too, because Ahri has no TP, no flash, no ult. Right? Because he RE flashed on, you know, the Lulu mid. Right? So here Fnatic they leash because they have LB advantage and they know that Nami is limping into the position. K'Sante should probably be in river. Here I think that if Fnatic chose to avoid the K'Sante and fought together on the engage that they got, I think it would have been a lot better. Just keep in mind here, Tian has no flash from the situation before, you guys remember? And I think if they ignore K'Sante here and play off of the Sion ult that they get and Razork engage, I think it would have been a lot better. But here it just seems to me like Fnatic are playing to peel the K'Sante off. Like I think if they made a more cohesive decision here, it would have been a lot better. But I don't see a world where Xin Zhao is actually, you know, fighting this K'Sante. So I like the play more when they're turning on this Viego who has no flash instead of going on the K'Sante. So let's see this play out. Like look at the Sion ult and the CC chain. Like imagine a world where they have you know, they're playing a little bit more together, you know. I think if they combo together on this guy, Cream being late to the situation with no Ahri ult, I think actually Fnatic could significantly win this fight. This is like a very important fight. Even in a world where Fnatic, you know, like they kite back, let's say Razork decides to kite back now instead of pushing forward to finish Tian, maybe this fight is just so much different, but this K'Sante is buying so much time with W's on W's, right? Like in the end, like 369 even gets out, I believe. Actually, never mind, he gets killed. I'm remembering some other situation. So it's double kills, Xin Zhao, and Jakilov is just getting more gold, more gold, more gold.
Oh, that was nasty from top. Nicely done.
Like Noah has no gold, so even the fat ult that he landed just doesn't do damage. I just think here if they fought together, man, it would have made such a big difference.
Alright, let's take another look at it. Sion goes straight for...
I think legit ignoring Kisante is the move. Because I think even if Kisante like kidnaps Aphelios, you're happy. Like you don't give a fuck about your Aphelios here.
there, and they actually changed
You need to like fight with your Sion and so forth.
not quite enough. You can't burst them down. They eventually get the kill for the side of top esports, and then they're able to get that soul. Fnatic got a little bit more hope there too when they saw the big Infernum ultimate from Noah, but again, got the one Void Grub. Jackie Love. Jackie. This is prime time for Lucian Nami as well.
Now, the big issue, right, is that Sion versus Kisante on side is neutralized. If Lucian Nami hover to LeBlanc's side, there is no active play that LeBlanc can do. Because contesting through mid lane is very unrealistic for Fnatic. They can never contest against this Lucian, who's basically 2 items in and Aphelios is 0, right? Like look at the inventories, contesting through mid is extremely unrealistic. What Fnatic can do in this spot is that they can kill on side and look to fish with LeBlanc, right? That's the only thing. But as long as the solo lanes are patient and play around the Lucian Nami timers, there's no active play. But they managed to find a lot of plays, right?
35 CS up. Even though the dive went wrong, the pressure never really stopped on Noah and Jun. They're being slowed down. Humanoid trying to help with that slowing. But this is why, LPL, LCK, Lucian Namis are so feared, because when they start speeding up, it's really hard to slow them down unless your counterpunch is that big.
Yeah, once you hit that single item even, the burst damage is...
Unless your counterpunch is
Yeah, Viego showed on Drake, right? So Fnatic is trying to find counterplay, but I really like what Top Esports is doing. Like this is like a really insanely classy gameplay. Like this might just look like a regular trap, but there's levels to this game, And like TES is here, man. And Fnatic is here. Basically, the idea of Top Esports is our guy showed taking Drake. We're gonna trap on the cross map. Oh, Top Esports always in the state of mind of, poking and hitting, when the enemy enters. Like these are very cheeky details that make a big difference.
single item even, the burst damage is...
Imagine if Razor gets bubbled like that, he's paying a price to face check here, which is crucial, HP is a very big resource.
To draw a lot of resources.
Very big resource.
Back of the members of Fnatic. So top feeling very
good charm. I think Humanoid killed.
state right now.
This is massive too, right? It's like Cream is pushing too far forward, This is a mistake, right? Because here he just needs to play on Lucian Nami. Like right now, Lucian Nami, plain and simple, like, I think you just need to play around him. Ari should not contest neutral waves. He has a big item disadvantage and he's giving opportunities to Humanoid. He doesn't need to be on this wave, and he's very disrespectful with what he's doing. This is very disrespectful from Cream. This is a very bad mistake,
right now. 4 Void Grubs. They got that
He gets the charm in, but it doesn't matter. Humanoid lands the chain, and then Cream ults out of the tether, right? Razork Activo is doing some fucking geometry, calculating W into flash,
Humanoid jumped on in. Hit the flash. It's
and then the Q doesn't find leader from LeBlanc, but the E does.
But at the end of the day,
But Top Esports get the mid turret, but they would have gotten mid turret regardless. So let's be honest, it's a good play on top side.
Jackie 369 in this game.
Main problem still is the Lucian condition, right? And the main question is, can Humanoid find ways to kill him? Lucian can easily choose to buy MR. He's so far ahead of the curve, so just buying Null Magic Mantle, buying Hex Drinker or Mauve Malmortius really nullifies any opportunity the LeBlanc has to actually kill him. But it took him some time. He decided to go LDR first. This is also very good play, right? Lucian Nami is hovering into top side. I don't know why 369 is challenging on the opposite side of the map, right? Here he thinks that he can get away with it, but a really good chunk from Humanoid on the entry. Very well played here by Humanoid.
Humanoid great damage. Even under 3.
They manage to chunk him, and then Ari decides to join the fray with the TP. And then 369 here, they kite back, the W comes in, and now Sion TPs because he wants to participate. Sion starts with the ult, 369 tries to ghost away, but it's far too late. And then they managed to kill 369. Beautifully done. Lulu's hovering. They're losing the tier 1 top, but this is the map trade, right? This is the map trade. As long as they're defending mid, all is good in the hood, right?
Yeah, Fnatic, they're doing a good job forcing on the side lanes. They're trying to ignore the Jackie problem right now. You don't go mid.
This is also tremendous.
The Jackie
This,
problem.
like, I mentioned before that I thought that Cream did fine. Now rewatching it, like this mistake and the top mistake is very, very bad.
Right now, they're like,
Like here, he could just base. Like, I don't know what he's fishing for, you know?
go mid, then it won't be an issue.
And Humanoid just fucking breaks him, bro. Breaks him.
The saver of EU right now.
Marek Brazdalini.
Go mid, they got their extra kill. Tien was trying to make the extra teleporting turret as well.
Tian farmed a lot topside, but it doesn't matter too much.
Turrets died to many of the
Still the same name of the game. Lucianami should just hover to whatever side that LeBlanc is on. Like, that's the crucial thing. Just Lucianami, push mid, pressure Aphelios. If you can't, they are playing too far back. Hover into LB side, and then you can nullify any options that Fnatic have.
I say, just go for it. Just go for it. Carry this.
The big difference is just how much dominance the Lucianamis from the Eastern teams are exuding on mid. They are making sure they contest all vision, don't let enemy pressure vision, and they do a very good job, you know? Cream, the psychopath, goes for turret, void grubs. Cream just wants a tier 2, but his team is hovering to him, so no problem. And here comes Marek Brazdalini on the TP.
Accomplished. But yeah, like that, the local
He doesn't find the play,
so much of it.
and top esports walk out.
Really invest.
Maybe Humanoid could trap in this bush a little bit longer.
The two forces are about to meet. It's Humanoid versus Jackie Love. There's the damage from Jackie. Humanoid's rotation is everything, remember. He's got Mimic up and available, but no flash if he has to get out of dodge. Jackie Love has both summons available, plus the Ignite with his ulti up too. As Dragon is 45 seconds away, and there's only been one pick up by top esports, so
Does have his maybe
Here, I didn't like that Fnatic are all showing on the mid wave. I think that this makes their decisions so much easier. I think that it's better if Zinzao and LeBlanc like cross through river and take these pink wards away. I think would have been better, you know? I don't like the fact that they are like 4 people on the mid wave. It becomes very easy for Lucian to play around this. And of course, Viego and Ari can take very easy position because Lucian can just hit the wave with static shiv and take it easy and like provoke the enemy like he does here. So I don't like the fact that Fnatic is doing this thing where they walk 4 people on mid,
if you're
you know?
looking at AD carry items, if you're a top esports fan, you should definitely zoom in. If you're a Fnatic,
So they cleared the wave, but I think if they do it the other way around, I think it would have been better.
maybe like cut off
Then Humanoid here, because the enemy guy dashed, he wants to fucking go for him. Guys, he has no dash, I want to fuck him up.
off the bottom of the
I think here, if June actually ults him on this, I think would have been very nice. If he ults him here, and he's ready, and they're all paying attention to the fact that Lucian used E on CD, right? I think that this could have been a cool play, you know, because Lucian pushed the fucking auto the LB like it's a psychopath, right? And Marek Brazdalini wants to punish. He wants to punish him. So, in this moment, right, Humanoid looks for the punish, which is a very good play. Look how fucking ballsy Jackie Love is. Jackie Love is so fucking ballsy, and the fact that Mako bubbles. Look at that Mako bubble, guys. Look at this Mako bubble when he placed it. That is insane. That is crazy, the bubble. Oof.
oh, the engage, there we go, but Humanoid gets
I think if June was ready and everyone's ready and paid attention to the fact that this Lucian just fucking walked forward like that and his E was off, I think maybe you Lulu ult off of that, maybe you forced a flash, but the Mako bubble and how Jackie Love plays this, bro, I think most AD carries, I think maybe like 3 AD carries that are alive will like hold flash, right? Crazy stuff. We continue.
the culling, the wild growth gets him out if only just. Humanoid lucky to be alive with the full engaged Tien. Wait, what is Tien doing? Haas.
This is just straight up grief. Like Tian is just running it down. Like Tian had a horrible series today. Like plain and simple. Like Tian ran it down. Like international Tian has arrived, bro. My lord. Dude, what is this? Like what is this? What is that? It's just such a shit player on so many levels. It's crazy.
Wait, what is TN doing? Heartbreaker. I told you that the fight while Tommy's was
And this gives Fnatic a Drake, which is very solid, right? They get to breathe a bit. But this gold lead in mid is growing, guys. There's a 60 CS lead with the 4,000 gold leads. It's crazy stuff. The only hope that Fnatic have is that somehow, miraculously, Lucian, like LeBlanc is one-shots the Lucian, right? Because Lucian still didn't buy any Mar. Which is a very difficult ask. It's a very difficult ask. It's a big ask. The position is very favorable for top esports because, as I mentioned before, they can always just push where Evolution is and hover to LeBlanc side because that's the only danger. Walk on LB. This is how you beat G2 as well. Walk where G2 Caps is. Push if you can have prio mid. Walk where Caps is. Legit, just walk on him. Don't let him push way so free. I'm telling you.
Oftentimes it can be kind of dangerous on that retake, considering both teams have as good as well burst damage and pick potential. But it does make it a lot easier when you have those giant plants.
Here, a crucial detail, right? What you can pay attention to, right? After they pushed mid, generally speaking, this is the space that matters. This bush and this bush. Contesting this space here is very greedy. Very greedy. Like, this area is in most cases off guard and you want to control this space. You can see it as well later when top esports play defensive is that they all they want to do is keep pinks here, keep pink here, keep pink here, and they want to make sure that they have a way to cross to Nash. Okay? But let's take a look at this fight. 369 is a little bit of a psychopath here. Big Nami ult. We have the root. It's very unfortunate that Oscarin doesn't get his ult off, right? But he managed to fucking kill him before he lands. Actually, it does land. Mako gets chunked. I don't know how that works. Maybe he gets the ult off. He just presses it. Or does it just pop on the spot if he dies? I thought it just fizzles out if he dies. The thing is, I think that Fnatic is strong in the areas that matter against top esports. I think that Fnatic can play they can challenge them in the 2v2 mid, 3v3 mid, which I think is very good against top esports. But I think the biggest strength that G2 had in the regular split is their mid to late game. And I don't think top esports is that bad there. I think like the only thing that is bad for top esports is sometimes like their Nash situations are garbage. But their team fighting is really fucking good, you know? Oh, it could be just Aphelios critting, right? Could be just Aphelios critting off the passive. Yeah, Humanoid maybe blows his load too hard to kill the Nami. Because it puts Humanoid in a very bad spot here and it gives a shutdown. No, I have to see what kind of form we see Fnatic in, you know? Because I think Fnatic, like their 3v3s and their fighting around mid isn't like super precise. But it depends on G2's form. Maybe the bootcamp that they had, it really changes that, you know? Because they play against really good resistance. I think macro-wise, G2 is better. So I think macro-wise, G2 is better than Fnatic. And Caps is insane. But today, individually, I think that Fnatic challenged top esports in top, in jungle, in mid, and in support to match the 3v3s on mid, and I think that's super, super important. I think that Humanoid should not go for the Nami though. Needs to keep those Axial stacks, needs to keep his power here to fight with his bros. I think already Mako flashing is enough, you know? I think also maybe Humanoid could W back. Like, Humanoid can just W back as well. Look. Like, why is it? He can W back, but he doesn't want to go into Tian. But I don't think Tian can kill him.
Does die to Humanoid, but then Humanoid coming in here takes a couple of shots. Your mouth is going to be... Alright. control. So I don't think Fnatic should step up at
No, I think G2 is better than Fnatic, but I think Fnatic showed something today which was important, you know? I think that they challenged really well in the early game, you know?
finished on Noah.
Besides bot lane, of course.
Like even playing around. These
But I have to see what form G2 bring.
nervous here. I mean, Humanoid
I just don't think G2 has been super strong early game-wise.
do something, but
Razzle caught out though. He's going to get wild growth, but he gets sent back in the hole on top. Esports pressing out, comes out.
something, but
Razzle caught.
here. I mean, Humanoid, I'd be okay with him poking around, maybe he's able to do something, but me a little nervous here.
Okay.
I mean, in Humanoid, I'd be okay with him poking around, maybe he's able to do something, but
Razzle.
here.
Okay.
I mean, Humanoid, I'd be okay with him poking around, maybe he's able to do something, but
Razzle caught out though.
I'm not so sure here. I'm looking at how Fnatic can realistically play this, and I don't see how they can take this phase ever. Like, I think that they need to just play on the mid wave, and if someone shows to hit the bot turret, then they collapse. But like this, I don't think they should contest like this.
I mean, Humanoid, I'd be okay with him poking around, maybe he's able to do something, but
Razzle caught out though. He's going to get wild growth, but he gets.
Because I don't think the enemy can pressure tier 2 bot here.
Lane 10 gets a reset. Oscar Renan is going to death himself. Because Scream is there.
And that's it.
I mean, unstoppable onslaught.
there's advantage right now. There it is.
With Jackie Love, the returner, but 6-9 is playing his side.
Here as well,
Jackie Love's piercing.
His flash and having
Will come through. Do it. Love gets stuck and just waiting for magic to happen of his own accord.
here like LeBlanc, solo kills. I don't know why Fnatic just run it down here on bot. Like they snap call right because 369 is on mid, but I think they just need to wait for LB. But the thing is, like even though we say this now that they need to wait for LB, the enemy is also aware of LB's position. So when LB comes back, they're also gonna walk away and they're gonna chip away on both turrets, right? Like right now, Top Esports is good enough to fucking take this turret off of LB information because LB takes time. So I understand why Fnatic decide to engage because 369 is on mid. But Top Esports also know that as 4 they are super strong and the enemy need LB to fight back. So I think at all levels here, everything makes sense. You understand? Because if they wait for LB, this dies. The question is if there's some kind of TP that he can do. Maybe there's like a TP somewhere. Is there some TP he could do? Like he could TP on this ward when they go. I think TP from LeBlanc could be the move, right? That could be the move. Like look, imagine LeBlanc TPs and Sion just fucking Rs, right? That could be a move, right? Maybe that's like the best play they can do. Maybe that's the best play they can do, you know? Because Sion doesn't, like, LeBlanc doesn't TP, he wants to defend mid. That's also a decision, right? So, LeBlanc cancels Kisante, but I think you TP here with LeBlanc. And after this, I think there's no more chances in this game. I think that the level 1 situation, right? The level 1 situation really put Cream in a bad spot. It puts Cream in a really, really bad spot. Bot lane situation as well, level 1 really fucked them. They TP back, they base back, and then the gank was terrible. After the gank, I think Noah loses HP for no reason, gives kill for no reason. Dive situation as well, there was a trade that was really bad when the enemy was bouncing out. Like, I think that Jackie Love and Mako are just way more experienced, and through that, they got giga smacked. 369 here on the Kisante played a fucking dominant game. You know? I just hope that people don't look at this and say, wow, Top Esports is so shit. Fnatic, so shit, they couldn't finish, whatever. Boo, Noah. Like, guys, we need to think about it through the lens of what we expected, right? Cream, inexperienced, we knew that would show itself, right? Tian, internationally, you know, has a very low skilled floor. We also saw that in the finals, right? He played some shitty games. I think in terms of the expectations, I think everything kind of landed where we expected. But the main thing that was an outlier to me was Oscarinin. Like, Oscarinin played way better than I expected. Way better.
As you can see, the death cap was used. They didn't side, maybe, but
Maybe it's over now though. Tidal wave comes through, culling as well. Cream's not even Front gets backline and Noah can't play the game. They run on in as Jackie does the same, and he's still alive.
GG.
This guy's
The tag
All right, so this is where the Camille comes in, and honestly, I thought that they're gonna lose instantly based on the draft. Like, I thought the draft. I was so surprised when I saw Camille here. So basically, what are the adaptations? You have Kalista first pick, Lucian is open, but you have Kalista Varus trade, right? Plain and simple. They blind pick Renata, which is fine. The enemy can pick Rumble, Nico. It's like Renata is the best blind that you can do. It's not the same as the FlyQuest game when they're picking Renata themselves into tank and showing. It's a question of them picking Renata with Kalista showing. Okay? So they have already a very strong 3v3 bot side. It's a very good one that they can blind. 4-5, they blind pick LeBlanc again. This is specifically towards Cream. They are challenging Cream, saying, bro, you should be playing mages. Fuck you. Play a mage or play your usual shit and have a weaker matchup. So it's like Cream Classics is Ahri, right? We have the Tristana, which is weird to pick with Zinzank on the top, of course. And then Akali. Like, they are blind picking LB, it's specific Cream prep. Okay? So they blind LB and they pick Camille. Camille into Kesante is something that can be played, right? I think the biggest weakness for Camille is that there is definitely some moments in the game where she is very weak in team fights due to items. She buys very expensive items, and in the in-between segments, she can be very weak. But if she snowballs, can be very overpowering and can be very, very good. And Oscarini really popped off here. Let's just let the draft finish.
combo.
The Rumble into Renata, very natural to pick. And he picks Ahri. Okay? He's been playing a lot of Azir, yes, but he's not known for it. And they banded 1, 2, 3 themselves. Karim is not so good on Talia. Azir is not something he's known for. Orianna is not something he's played a lot either, right? So they pick the Ahri again. And this time around, I thought that Cream had a way worse game. But what is that gorgeous picture? But look at that jawline. Damn, he muse. He muse, bro. Nice. All right. Let's break down the game, guys.
whatever's safe.
The Fnatic win.
Starts to red buff. He stacks up the Q.
He is also
The match up top. Better. Yeah.
So level 1, nothing too crazy happens. We also can see the mid lane matchup is very different when Ahri is not fucked from level 1, right? Cream did fight back here in the early levels. Kalista and Renata have a hard time fighting back against a Rumble level 1 and so forth. Tian is looking to invade to fight the Viego. Razork is aware because of bot push and mid push. And Tian wards and he's trying to steal the golems away, but Razork times the smite with when Tian crosses above. And now Tian knows that he has smite advantage, so begins to beat up the red. Razork has no smite here, but he has potion. And then Meiko hovers. Razork is accepting that he can't get this and is going for mid lane gank. Cream is aware. Well played by Cream. We pass forward. Oscarini got the cheater base in. You can see that with the cull and no TP used. This is good play from Oscarini. He's stealing out the wave, making the wave bounce, making sure that 369 can't base and TP back. So that's very cool. Also, Camille doesn't really push that fast, so thinning out the wave and trading on the wave and staying healthy is super cool. Here, very nice from Marek Brasdelini, the E flash on Cream. He can't flash out of that. And then the follow-up here with the W flash as well. Cream tries to flash out now, puts up maybe a little bit late, and then he dies. So this is a very good, nice, clean gank here from Fnatic. Razork is deploying the Elioya tech very often in these games. On map opener, go straight for gank instead of looking to do camp into gank. I like that a lot. This was the beginning of June's brilliant arc here. Like here, this moment to snap call Jackie Loud here and pull him into the turret because there's nothing, of course, in the turret in terms of like tanking it. This is wow. This is so beautiful.
They come back, John. This is how he does it.
I think here Noah just needs to wait, right? He needs to wait for June to get out. He needs to wait for June to get out or for June to die so he can bail him out, right? So this is a mistake here from Noah. He can make sure that this is a 1-4-0 because this play from June is monstrous, bro. This is like prime Hilly-esque, right? This reminds me of like prime Fnatic Hilly against Top Esports, like straight off flashbacks, you know, like crazy stuff.
Trade comes first, but John, no reset on the bailout. Mega picks up the kill while Noah looks for the chase, but this is why his Renata is so damn good.
And that's what they were waiting for, the timing window. They were trying to wait on the rend until the actual kill onto Jun came through so they could get the bailout.
Yep.
But then didn't quite have the timing there because Mako made a smart adaptation, so they desync it.
So this is a very like a job well done here by Top.
Beginning, he was obviously insane. Oh, so
All right, we continue. So we get 1-4-0 and the wave is slow pushing out for Kalista. Kalista died on a wave that's bouncing, so she lost a lot of CS. I mean, sorry. Never mind, I'm lying. Kalista lived. But she just couldn't push, it seems like.
they were trying to wait.
She just couldn't push. It looks like she has to base, can't push on time, so she's gonna bleed a lot of farm here. Like Kalista's basing now, right? She didn't die, she just couldn't crash, and this wave is freezing.
The timing there because Mako made a smart adaptation.
And during the fight of when June Q flashed, there was a lot of minions into the turret, so Kalista is very far behind CS wise.
At the beginning, he was obviously
Because look, there's 9 minions coming into the turret now, right?
getting Fnatic to this point. He goes for the flash. Here, they're like, oh, so close.
Millisecond.
So close. They do not get the
And that's it.
the timing there to get the rend.
I'm just highlighting this because Noah is very far behind CS wise, this wave is freezing.
The bright side is, with that kill credit, Noah is able to minimize some of that CS advantage that Jackie Love and Mako
I think home guards are too fast. I don't know if they can push on time because Zinzao is very far away.
First that kill leads up to Threatened Dirk. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, speaking of advantages,
Because hovering is not enough, like Kalista just doesn't have mana or the power to push the wave on time, is what I'm thinking.
help pull out. This mid lane's going well for Humanoid once more as junglers fight it out over the grubs. What is what we like to see too is Razork is just winning this out and he's got help. Help pull out. First that kill leads up to Threatened Dirk.
Tian just
Advantages.
greedy.
I'm gonna connect
He's just doing void grubs dry with these top conditions, you know? Just dry void grubs, taking 3. He needed to flash over the wall because he was doing this in hopes of not getting like spotted. But LeBlanc Snap calls this, goes here, Oscar Reading collapse on him. I don't know why Tian doesn't just flash over the wall, right? That's his play. He's trying to do void grubs without getting spotted. He needs to flash off the wall planes.
winning this out and he's got help.
They did the free level 6 gank to get the first kill. Instrumental.
June did so well in this game, but this is a miserable Renata game to lane, you know? Varus Rumble, very harsh.
Obviously in the last game, but you know he already has his Dark Seal completed. He's got his sword.
This was also like,
For the ulti trade.
I don't know where this came from when it came to Oscarini, bro.
Say, nothing more happened from a 369 looks for a pivot and an angle. Cranberry's got the all out. He actually pops it. There's no Hextech Gold Man.
This is like crazy stuff, man.
369 spaces.
He almost has lethal here, bro.
Shot actually gets
Bro, he straight up just fucking was about to pin 369. This is crazy. I don't even think this is like a massive draft win, by the way. It's like Fnatic are picking Camille and LeBlanc to challenge them, right? In the top side 3v3. It's like, I didn't expect them to do this, bro. Like to break 369 and like these level of players, to break them with such a draft, bro. Like I favor red side draft 99.999% of the games, by the way. Like blue side is a very difficult draft to play. I keep saying 369 internationally isn't the same, but everyone shitstalk me when I say that. Yeah, because it's a stupid take. It's a very stupid take. Because 369 didn't even play bad this series. Oscarini just played very well. Sure, 369 made some mistakes, but like you just didn't watch 369 last MSI, last Worlds. Like when it comes to Worlds, definitely Zeus was in the zone. 369 MSI was insane last year. And I think also 2022 369 at Worlds was insane as well. But this is so close to being lethal, man. Let's just check if there's something that he could do to improve. Does he? Oh, he cancels auto. Guys, look. Ah, that's crazy, guys. He cancels the auto queue. Woo! Damn. Wow. That's crazy. Damn. They kill him in the end, so. He doesn't need to flash because he knows Viego's behind him. It's stone cold stuff. There's a situation from bot right. Mako's just running the whole region. Like the bot lane, it's like Viego crosses into top side and the wave is still frozen bot. Then June gets chunked, he has to base. It's like Kalista's CS hasn't moved. Like, I'm looking back at this, and I think that it's like Noah didn't play, like Noah made mistakes, but he didn't play as terrible as everything, like as his situations say. You get me? Because after that 2v2 on bot, where he fucked up, like not resetting the bailout is like one mistake, but it like the fact that they can't push out the wave and the wave freezes, it's like the lane is just over, like straight up. And now looking back at this, like could they have fixed bot? Because like the wave is frozen for so long. Jackie Love is on the wave, Rumble is on the wave. And now Viego and Zinza are showing, and Rumble and Varus are pushing forward. They have full info in jungle. The wave is still fucking even, right? Right now, both junglers are showing, and this is just a matchup, right? They're getting fucked because here in this spot they are stronger. But the only way that can potentially play this is that they push it forward, because here he has flash. So maybe I'm looking at this situation both, right? I wonder if Kalista can just fucking flash on the Kalista, flash on like, and just all in here. Like, especially after Rumble uses spells. I'm just trying to think of a way how they fight back. Because they have bailout, they have Q of the guy, and I wonder if they can fucking all in here, you know? Because Jackie Love used, like, keep in mind, Jackie Love used spells. Jackie Love has no spells, and Rumble Eid is the only play. Like, keep in mind here, Jackie Love has no spell. Wait, I will show you guys that he has no spell. Because if you don't want to fight here, and he can rotate spells again, you're just done, you know. I wonder if this is like the only play to fucking just psycho all in on Varus spell. I think Jhin is shit. I don't think Jhin is good. I think the like Jhin can lane maybe. Like he's just a passenger, you know. It would be close. Maybe they would just run down the game if they follow up on the call that I'm saying, you know. Because look at their situation. They can't breathe. June had to dry base. The wave has been frozen now for half an hour. Like Kalista has gained 2 CS in the last 3 minutes. Like no joke, right? Just because of that no bailout on Renata. I'm just trying to think how they can solve it, you know? Because Viego's now top side again, Zinza's into bot side. Finally, the wave crashes into the turret. Mako gets to gank mid because the enemy can't pressure because of Zinza, you know? Mako's running the game. Maybe Viego diving the Cassandra is just a bad play. Maybe Viego needs to be matching. Tia was giving freebies, bro, like. Tia was giving freebies. Humanoid just chaining him as he face checks. He has to flash. But yeah, in hindsight, of course, to not do anything worked out well. Oscarini flashes out, and I really like this chase here. June gets a juicy one, man. He gets a juicy one. Look at that handshake, man. Grabs onto Cream. Like trying to kill June here is just really fucking greedy, man. It's crazy. And now Tian gets caught. Like everybody is just fucking dying. And this was game winning, this sequence. LeBlanc gets killed. Zinza gets killed. I mean, sorry, he has picked up Zinza, so I got confused for a moment. They got so much here. They got so much. And then this sequence, oof, look at this mechanical sequence, bro. Noah is getting dove because Rumble collapsed first. And then June is here on the play. He handshakes him, CCs into the CC chain. I think June didn't need to flash. That's like the only point here. Like his flash here. And also the way he lands into the Callisto ult is kind of weird. He just fucking field goals them. Here, I think he doesn't need to flash. If he doesn't flash, his ult is in closer contact, right? And they can do a lot more, man. But this is still fucking very beautiful, you know? Very nice play. We are just looking at this for optimization purposes. June is not done. June is not done, guys. Here, Mako just griefs. Mako comet damage, and then Cream resets the turret. Like Mako just walks into the turret to take a shot, you know? He tried to flash predict Varus ult, but Varus has no ult. And he can ult in Varus ult, so it doesn't matter. It's a non-factor. Humanoid is back in the mix. Tian, no flash. Yeah, Mako Scorch got the turret aggro. It was Scorch that gave him turret aggro. Another beautiful sequence. LeBlanc is just getting so fed. She's 5-2. And then this very nice... Wait, Humanoid walked out of the bush? What's Mako doing? Mako's just running it down. I thought Humanoid was trapping him. Or is the ward just that poorly placed? Is the ward that poor? Is this ward like bugged or something? Gum Mako. Maybe the ward is just bugged, guys. And we continue. Humanoid gets a freebie. He kills. We continue. So at this point, like, look at the condition of LB, right? So the biggest difference between this game and the previous one is that they pressure both sides now. Camille and LeBlanc win against the counterpart. 3v3 they win. And obviously, Varus Rumble can't hover to both sides. So if one side lane pressures, pushes, and then hovers into mid, they can't exude their pressure. And obviously, Lucian Nami is way better mid to late game than Varus Rumble. Varus Rumble needs to snowball early game super hard and then get carried by other champions, right? And in this game, the big difference is that Camille wins side, LeBlanc wins side, Viego's better than Zinzao, way stronger, way more gold, right? They have 1k gold lead, 1k gold lead, 1k gold lead, and Lucian can't snowball, like Varus can't snowball the same way, right? Lucian's just better in spots like this, you know? Varus Rumble is crazy OP early game, but that should be like you get Drakes and then your mid lane can scale for free. Like if you pick Varus Rumble, your scaling needs to come from mid and top, right? Like you pick Varus Rumble, blind, dominate early game, and then you pick very strong scaling champs.
And they want this pace. The Fnatic comp, with all of this damage, they want to start cracking these side lanes so they can get some more room to play with too, so they can make the most of their picks.
I did review the T1 games as well, yeah. 369 pulls the wave, so it bounces towards him. This was also so insanely close, guys. Like this is so well played by both. Look at how well 369 spaces, because he dies from the Q, right? He dies from the Q, chases back, and then kites back to W2. Like this is very nice, bro.
Oof. Very, very close shape, bro. I'm just happy to see Oscarini like challenging him, man. He's just challenging him on this. Sigma balls to best thing he did all series. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Oh, man. Like, didn't you see the Kisante game? Like, how well he was playing in fights. Like, you're such a silly goose, man. The thing is, it's like you have made your opinion about something and you're just looking, you're just full on confirmation bias. Like, you see best thing he did all series. Like, the Kisante game, he played really, really fucking good in the fights. And then additionally, in this game 3, he really plays fucking well on the Renekton, you know?
That's up in about 3 full seconds. And look at minimap. We're even having an invade on the bottom half of the map while the exciting 1v1's going on. Tien and Mako invaded the jungle, and you're actually going to get safe recalls from both Fnatic members. So Fnatic respecting the jungle invade from top esports. They back off from the bottom lane, and they're not going to give over any more kills to it. Look at the rotation here. They send Humanoid up to top side.
They removed their best performing player for a player meant for Brazil, kept their worst 2 players meant for Vietnam, and brought in a player unwanted in America. I think that the Kana signing is very random, bro. Like, the Kana signing is so fucking random because you know for sure that they didn't do any tryouts with Kana. Like, the like signing Kana is so fucking random. Let's be honest. I don't know how well Kana is doing in solo queue right now or something like this. Maybe his account is popping or some shit like this, but I don't understand where did Kana come from. All right, let's continue with the review, guys.
In the long lane, while they rotate over that bottom lane, we just talked about recalling from that bottom lane. They just say, hey, we're going to give up the tower. We'll concede. You've got the jungle.
Linkas to Casey. No, Linkas is going Vitality.
Pushing, so they get that outer.
Guess what's in the script again?
Jackie Lover. So they get that. We've got the jungle rotation.
All right, so Varus broke bot turret. Fnatic on the cross map. They're crossing in. I like that Cream is like trapping here. He's trying to go on the mid wave. You're like, this was meant to. I was in shock when Cream did this live. I don't know what the fuck this was. It's like they're defending the cross map. Viego and LB is on top. And they know Viego position. And then it just fucking goes. Bro. This is crazy. I don't know what Cream was thinking. Because first he traps, does well, and then the other guy backs off, and now he can just wait, you know? He can just wait, or catch mid, or do whatever, you know? But he just fucking rocks and rolls and goes onto Humanoid and looks for a play. This was not necessarily from June, I think. But just Oscarini bonks on Cream's turret, bonks on his head. Keep in mind, Tian is not connected. Jakilov is not connected. There is no reason to do anything here. Still upgrade to Cabo, so what do you mean? I think Cabo was probably the best performing player on KC last split. But I'm not gonna let myself get distracted more. Let's continue. This was so nice from Oscarini. I just think that...
that charm barely not having the length to touch Humanoid there. Doesn't get that big, and then they pull the teleport.
Thank you, Easy Party. I appreciate that.
He lands the stun over. He goes, finishes, makes sure that they get the kill with the full Q. They pick up both of them here, and then they can get the objectives in the aftermath. This whole time.
Renata, there's a reason we gave it Ego, which is Tien's.
I like this a lot, you know. LeBlanc pushing. This is good macro, right? LeBlanc stealing waves. When LeBlanc gets ahead, she's very oppressive because it's very hard to gank her, right? You guys remember like classic Riot, they could ult out and so forth. And you know, LeBlanc here in this spot here, he just fucking rocks and rolls, you know, like he pushes the wave deep, the enemy's trying to collapse on him through vision, and then they get to push bot for free. This is very different from the first game, right? Because here they're losing both sides, as I mentioned many times.
It's so dangerous. All these patches of Fog of War. Cream setting up his own though. Waits for the W.
Cream setting up a play, right? I think this is a good play to go for if you Cream, right? He just doesn't connect with the spells, and Humanoid just walks away, right? It's a good play, but the execution is just not there, you know? The execution is not there. Because he did use spells on the wave, he should look to try to do something, because currently Top Esports is falling apart. And Top Esports knows this. They are falling apart.
Right now, Oscar is slicing people in half. But Razork and Humanoid have already had a great start to the early game as well.
But if it's so much damage there, a little bit itchy with it. I think that dragon just has to be forfeit for sure. Top move up
On the deck
right now.
in the rumble. So
This as well, look how well June reads this. Like, they know that the enemy is not contesting bot side. He reads the cross map, bases, goes top. This is like the sequences we saw in macro here from Fnatic are very good examples of what is important in a game, right? You always do the step in the game with as few people as possible. That's why you see people soft contest objectives, to force the enemy to have more people on the objective and for them to not be able to tempo base. Here, Fnatic know that nobody's in the bottom side, so June and Kalista start basing. They're not hitting this Drake. They start basing, and then Renata opens on top to tempo the next play of the enemy. Because obviously after this Drake, the enemy is going to look for some counterplay top naturally, right? And June responds to this so early. He just right-clicks top straight up, and then Humanoid is just stealing the fucking wave like that. Cream is holding Charm because he's fucking scared. He's just fucking scared. He doesn't want to miss another Charm, so he's holding Charm. And then Humanoid ults out, and then Tian stacks his Q, and then here Cream doesn't E off of the CC of Xin Zhao. This is a big mistake here from Cream. He bonks and the Charm doesn't land. Tian does good job here of stacking his passive, right? He stacks his passive. Not passive, sorry, stacks his Q and doesn't kill. And then this is just June with the shield, and of course Guardian. They managed to kill Meiko. Tian dies too. Of course, Meiko dies to the third.
everything on Marek Prasta, and they fail.
Yeah, he lives and Tien flashed for it to get that W on him. Didn't have enough damage.
Good. Searching blood in the water.
And that's the way he could push it.
June just cancelled recalls, and it's looking phenomenal, man. Look at the items. Here, Top Esports are struggling in the item department, but here Fnatic do a crucial mistake. Very big mistake here. So basically, when you want to contest a map, an enemy tier 2 is alive, this area is off limits. Never contest this area. Here, Razork burns the flash of Jackie in trade for his flash, but then he ults in to pursue. But this is very bad. You want to contest this space, deny vision this space, and then when the enemy is on the wave here, you can maybe pursue tier 2 dives and pressure, right? This is the area that matters. This is the area that matters. This is the danger zone. Why? Why is the danger zone important? Because when the enemy pushes here and your AD needs to connect with you on the map, right? Your AD needs to connect with you. Basically here, right? Your AD pushes the neutral wave. Then he walks like that. The reason you don't want to contest here is because if the enemy AD catches here, he connects to the situation first and you face check. So this is very bad. Razor just got too eager after burning Jackie Love Flash and goes way too deep. Hostile takeover, but they can't get a reset. And this was very, very bad. This was a very costly one because it's very costly because Top Esports actually managed to finish 2 core on a lot of people off of this, right? They bought a lot of time. Because literally Humanoid burnt TP. And I think the lane assignments here are not so good. Oscarini should be the one going bottom side, and I think LB should take over top. But Fnatic is in the mindset that they want to get Drake, and that's why they are making this lane assignment. I just think that Oscarini in the bottom side would be better, and then put LeBlanc top.
Stabilization here.
Surely, if I jinx it,
I don't know why he denied the LEC team since he played with Closer for so long. Well, basically, I think Abadage denied LEC because he knew he'd only play for one split. Like basically Abadage would only play one split because either he would play this split to prepare like the team for Vladi next year, or he could join the academy, right? So I think for him it makes sense to play on academy so he has something continuous for next year. I think the idea was that either he plays LEC this year to prepare for Vladi, but I think this way around is way better for Abadagi, right? It's like the promotion, they basically wanted to put Vladi in next year. And I think if you have a choice between playing one split and then going to LFL or starting in LFL, I think starting in LFL is better. Because I'm pretty certain, I'm guessing that Abadage would not, like if he played this split in LEC, it's to prepare for Vladi next year. Vladi would get in next year. So I think from Abadage's side, he declines LEC 1 split to build LFL situation, you know? Alright, so as you can see, 2 items now on Ari, 3 items on Varus, 2 items on Kisante. It's a little bit better situation than before. But Fnatic slowed down a lot in the game here because they have the TP on top side and there's no pressure on bot because they are matching, right? And the main thing is Top Esports is always defending this spot that I talked about to make sure that they have a path to Nash. Isn't the salary way lower in LFL? I can assure you from Casey's perspective, they signed minimum wage soldiers. All these players signed here, they are minimum wage soldiers because they wouldn't have gotten any other team. Right? Upset and Targamas was signed from before. Vladi was signed from before. Right? But Closer, Kana, and Abedage, they wouldn't have found playtime anywhere else. So I'm sure that as a business proposal, they're getting paid very little, but they get to join KC as an org and they get the fan base, all that stuff, right? 113. These are all players. These are mercenaries. They are sitting on the fucking bench and ready, waiting for an opportunity.
Push up a side lane like this, like the pseudo vision of the minions. I mean, it's not even pseudo; it's real vision until the minions die. But them pushing up in the lanes, work while you get to go have fun and set up for your objective first.
So they played for the Drake right this entire time. They played for the Drake position. Here, I think Top Esports is just fucking crazy, bro. I don't know. This is just fucking mental, right? They are face shaking into June. June has no handshake here. 369 is trying to push her. Cream gets poked. And then now, because June has no handshake, he is looking to just charge his ult. Very nice E here from June. Look at the detail. Right now, Jackie feels good because he has Edge of the Night. But look at that E from June. The E from June removes the Edge of the Night. And Jackie Love fires his fucking Halo Blades auto straight into fucking Rumble's face. That is like the crucial detail here of June's play. Very nice. Look at that, man. Beautiful. Here 369 plays too fast, right? He's trying to break through, right? He's trying to make this fight fightable at all, you know? He's trying to make it fightable. And then he ults, but he's very deep. His team is backing out. Like, it's very hard for Top Esports to fight forward, you know? They don't have spells. I think here 369 needed to W out. They need to kite more. But the homie gets abandoned. I just don't think they can actually cross against the fucking Camille here. So they don't get Nash. And then here, the next psychopath play from June. So basically, June sees Kisante here. June sees Kisante here, and June is saying, I want to face check here. This is giving fake vision, right? He feels fucking good about face checking here. It's psychotic, right? June is a psychopath. That's why, I feel like June really played. To me, he reminded me of 2020 Hidesang today. This is 2020 Hilly-san. Hilly-san is in the building, guys. He sees Kesante here, Camille is here. He's like, bro, I'm gonna face check here. Because honestly, this looks like a fucking good trap from Top Esports. This looks like a good fucking trap in my opinion. They don't have Varusult. They don't have Varusult. And then June gets the handshake. Because once again, like look at that E landing here. You can't E flash on Renata. So the E came from the original spot. And then the Q. Oof. What a fucking reaction, by the way. What a reaction from June. That's what's cool about this. Snap reaction, bro. That's what the coolest part about this. They get Nash off of that. And of course the game is completely over. You know, this game is not losable anymore for Fnatic. Let's just take a look at how they end. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this play from Oscarini Panini. Obviously here Top Esports was straight up running it down. Like why the fuck are they fighting against this Camille? Camille has 3 items. Top Esports understand that this game is very over, so they're just fucking trying to throw some shit on the wall and see what sticks. But here goes Oscarini, you know. They can't kill him. Like this Camille can borderline fucking, you know, 3v1 even, 4v1. It's monster fed. But it's so fucking cool. It's so fucking cool to see Oscarini have such a fucking good game on a Camille. First Camille of the tournament. I never thought if someone told me that fucking Oscarini is gonna be the one to drop it. Alright, final game. Final game. Let's assess the draft. So the moment they lock in YamatoCannon, they've already decided, right? They've already decided that they're gonna swap. I am not a big fan of that. Let me see. Let me just pull the draft up before they lock in the last jump. So YamatoCannon lock in versus Varus showing and no Ash ban. No, I assure you, LB is not as pleasant to play against like the Orianas and so forth, but maybe I'm wrong, LeBlanc did get good buffs. 3-second cooldown down on W early level, so you feel better about Q-maxing. Maybe LeBlanc is a lot stronger, because Caps also played it in the scrim that was leaked against TL, you know? Okay, so like Ash going through 4-5, the Fly Classic. Cream Tristana, he's currently 6-0 in the LPL. It's something that drew bans at some point, you know. When I think of Cream right now, it's like Ari, Tristana, and then of course Akali. His mages aren't as strong. Like we haven't seen Asul. He's trying to play more and more Azir, right? And Talia. But the issue is Fnatic draft like this lock-in here. Like this lock-in is pretty stellar, right? Because you are expecting the enemy to pick an AD champ. Hui, yes, Serene Mars, good point. His Hui is really fucking good too, yeah. His Hui is really insane. Like Cream Hui is really good. That's a good point. His LeBlanc is also legit as fuck, by the way. His LeBlanc is also really good. But nevertheless. He blinds Tristana. Here he picks Talia. Here, like, picking Orianna, Azir, probably, I think, is better. I think probably it's better. Here on 4, they pick Seju. But I think you only pick Seju if you want to make sure that you pick an AD top here. I think that they index so fucking hard to the swap identity that it made it so fucking predictable. I just don't like this. If you don't get the swap off, you're fucking doomed. And on the flip side, it's not like blue side's game is completely doomed if a swap happens. So I don't like it. Additionally, right, it's like Varos can easily pivot to on hit. Yes, if he plays on hit together with Triss, like he's so happy to play against this fucking 4-5. I thought they're gonna be crazy enough to run back like the Camille or play like Jax and just play standard, but they have this issue is that they banned Nautilus. I think you open Nautilus and ban Rumble and Ashe. I think you ban Rumble, Ashe. And then maybe, just maybe, Mako will play Nico. But I think it's unlikely. I wonder as well, right? It's like the issue that they have is that Renekton is just such a good blind pick here. Like, Renekton is such a good blind pick against Sejuani showing because the enemy needs to pick a good pairing with Sejuani. And it comes back to the initial conversation when we talked about banning bot laners, right? It's like enemy bans Kalista, and the main question is if Jax is not that good interacting. I agree. Olaf could be a good shout, yeah. Olaf could be pretty tremendous here, but they are committing to the lane swap, right? Honestly, I think Olaf in lane swap can do crazy things because he can stay in bush. And I think that he can fight enemy AD to the death level 1 with Ghost Flash. Like, imagine Olaf stays in bush on lane swap and just ghosts on enemy AD and just runs him down. Just fucking run him down, you know? But yeah, this 4-5 doesn't bring excitement because I think Zyra Khan, if they don't lane swap, they are in big trouble. And if they do get lane swap, it's not an auto win. Like, it's not a coin flip. It's like, yeah, MSI is terrible to watch. I know through Dom, like he's getting completely Bobby Schmurdered scheduled wise. I wouldn't be able to do what Dom does, bro. He fucking wakes up at like 2 a.m. Like that's crazy talk. I wonder, you know, in hindsight, maybe like playing into a Senna, maybe that's a move. Like Lucian didn't work out. Draven, I understand, right? Varus, like they won against Varus, so inviting Varus again, it's not completely crazy, right? Like, opening Varus after they beat Varus makes sense, but I think the imprecision here of the Nautilus ban makes it worse. And then, like, the Renekton blind is just so fucking strong here. Because I mentioned Camille and Jax, but they are just so bad. Like, picking Camille Jax is just so bad. The enemy bans Zinzal Viego, so, like, what options do you have on 4? It's like, picking Wukong is not so good, right? Picking Wukong is not so good. And I think what the chatter mentioned, like, maybe like Olaf, right? Yeah, I wonder if the move is to open Senna. I just think here, Ashe ban, this should have been Ashe, and then maybe Olaf here. Because I think Olaf, legit, I think Olaf in lane swap is good, man. I think Olaf in lane swap. I think you can do some crazy shit with Olaf. I think legit, you know, in these moments where enemy AD is isolated on the wave, you just hide in the lane as fucking Olaf. And then you just fucking go on the enemy AD, you ghost on him. Or you just fucking throw axes on the wave and you just fucking try to kill as much as the wave as possible. And then you fucking flash out. Because your Q is so OP level 1, right? But okay, enough about draft. Let's look at the game. And this game was pretty much decided like from the level 1, right? It's like, it's so obvious what Fnatic wants to do, and Fnatic not scouting top bush level 1 is crazy. They need to scout top. Like, this is a very, very standard thing, is that they need to go here and they need to go 5-man, and they need to basically do 5-man like this. And they need to put wards. They have to. But instead, the enemy gets to enter for free, and there's a line for free. Zach is in bot lane, and it just looks like Fnatic is playing in a way where they assume that, wow, the enemy doesn't know what we're doing, which is crazy talk.
A little bit of a lane swap going on, as you see a Zachary bottom lane as well. Intel yet though, right? None of these wards for the delayed invade. They have no sweeper for it.
So here, Fnatic reveal, right? At 1:15. At 1:15, they reveal their plan, which is very early. 1:15, they reveal it. Even if enemy bot lane was in this quadrant, they could match. This is a big commitment. They're attacking Tian now, right? They reveal. So Renekton now, and Ashe, and Varus, they collapse. Here, Cream is over-posturing, right? He's trying to collapse together with his team, but very good reaction from Fnatic to just snap go on him. Here, Cream is just way too far forward. And if anything, he should W on these guys right now. Like he should legit W on these homies right now. It might seem psychopath, but it's the best play from this spot. Talia is here, this guy is here. Like, you W, and then you play with your buddies. You have flash to go in a direction that makes sense. Even if Rakan like W's on the spot, I think he'll be in trouble off of that. Let's play.
This could be a main bracket decider, and on the Cream, Jun sets it up again. The flash commit, the perma. A main bracket.
All 5 for them too.
Now Cream, W. He fucks it up. The buffer he fucks up. This is like the big mistake of Cream this game. Because he plays fucking well, you know? And they get the kill. So here Fnatic's reaction is, we're gonna rush bot and we're gonna let Oscarine and TV back top. Which makes sense. It's a good reaction from this position, right? They're being chased off. Fnatic rush into bottom side, and I think that Oscarine, what's cool about Oscarine here is that I do think that he gets, does he get melee XP? Honestly, he doesn't. He tries to get the melee XP top. I guess that makes sense, yeah. Here, I thought that Fnatic is going to trap them here. I thought that Xayah, Rakan, Sejuani are going to stay here and attack them. Shouldn't they go top though? How do they go top from that spot? It takes too long to go top. I thought that they're gonna trap them here and fight them to the death here. Because they left the ward in this spot, if I remember correctly. But Sejuani, here as well, I thought that Fnatic's bot lane is gonna start hard pushing this wave. Just fucking hit it, try to fight for the push. But they don't. Another detail that is very rough, right, is the fact that they use flash. They took some XP mid, but the additional detail is, look at Jackie Love's XP bar. This guy took a lot of fucking XP mid. This is fucking 3 milli XP in his pocket. And I think Mako got like 1 or 2. I'm not sure. So no flash. Jackie and Mako have way more XP. And then Sejuani is doing this camp because he wants to fucking level 2 go on them. But the issue is Jackie reaches level 2 so fucking early. Jackie Love taking XP mid?
You need anything for medical?
Just anything to eat. Just buy the usual things to eat. Snacks, whatever.
I'm not buying snacks.
Like not unhealthy snacks.
Do you want to say?
Just I don't know. Surprise me.
I don't know.
Like a bread would be nice.
People?
Yeah. Thank you. All right. So I thought maybe the trap that they like the PvP here. But looking at this now, look at Jackie Love's XP. Like it's just such a game breaker because Razork is trying to get level 2. He wants to go behind them, but look how fast Jackie Love reaches level 2 here, guys.
He's starting on this bottom side growth, and he's unknown right now as well.
Another question is, are these guys just the issue is they just have no flashes. I'm just thinking if they should fucking fight back against these homies, but they can't, right? They just don't have sums. They use 2 flashes to kill the Tristana. They use 2 flashes, so they can't fight back. So these guys are pushing them off. Like these champions are just way too strong, right? They can't do anything. Even if they hit the wave, as I said before, there's just no time. I think the only place to trap them. And now look how fast. Jackie Love is already level 2. Razork didn't even finish these. Jackie Love got so much XP mid. He got 3 melees. Tian's position doesn't matter here, right? He is spotted on the ward, and Tian checks his own red, and Razork can't gank because Jackie Love is level 2. Jackie Love is level 2 now. They just don't win. Razork also looks very squishy on the Sejuani at this point.
Summoner spell advantage here, so I think, yeah, just go back to your own side here right now.
So now you have no flash, you late to bot. Jackie Love didn't miss melees because he took so much XP mid, while Talia shared XP with Zaya Rakan. So they shared with 3.
So they just have Razork go over to Grump.
Can't believe it was such a mega play for Fnatic. Playing top esports heads well for TN going into this deep invade. We're about to
Tian spots the Grom, so he's aware now of the position of course, Razork. He has Ashy as well. This is good play from Tian, I think. He goes for the smite. This is very nice.
the roam over.
This is very, very good from Tian. You smite.
gets it. Okay. Can die.
Very nice.
Smash again, the sapling out.
And honestly, this might sound crazy, but the game is over. The draft is too shit, and that's it. IBK1, like, you're here often, so I'm gonna try to say this nicely to you, but you're being very fucking stupid. Like, you are so emotionally invested in the result, so you can't, like, look at the nuance of the situation. I think that you need to, like, relax, mate. It sounds like you bet 2-0, bro.
Above 2.
It sounds like you bet handicap and you lost money or some shit, bro.
From Tien. Because
Chill,
they
man.
get the blue buff inside the brush, even though Razork goes for the W there for Sejuani, Tien's got the smite secure inside the
If you watched the stream yesterday, I told you the Fnatic was gonna take a game of top esports.
as well. Now let's see if he can cross
Like a lot of people said this, and me included, that very likely the top esports drop a game. They have some flaws and inconsistencies.
Maybe just grab it.
Okay, so Maokai dominates both sides. They don't go for the dive. I think Zyra Khan staying healthy here. Good for them. Here, this is so sad. Because Oscaridin can kill him. Lemao, or you too much EU fangirl? Yamato, no one would ever expect Koreans to lose to garbage like Fnatic. That's just facts, don't argue facts. This guy is for sure a troll. This is for sure a troll. We move on. It's a good troll, it's a good troll. Here, Oscaridin, if he just keeps autoing, holds the flash, because 369 has no spell, guys. Oh no! No way! If Oscaridin hit this man, he would have been the GOAT. I think the key thing here is that Renekton missed 3 melees from before, right? And on the bounce, Oscaridin reaches level 5 very early. It's very weird in lane swap situation like this, the XP situation, the XP department is just wild. It's wilding out completely, man.
But yeah, Noah and June, miserable matchup. Varos got so much XP level 1. It's cool that we spotted that after the fact. This matchup is horrible. Didn't get the swap. Even worse situation than no swap because they have no flashes, right?
That's not gonna see him either.
Again, if they can shut down bot, the most successful player top esports, Fnatic will have some.
Here, same thing, right? Some esports have sums. They have sums, guys.
Got some.
They have sums.
You said the summoner's still up. I guess the early trade with losing summoners has hurt Fnatic in the long run, considering nothing else has come of it.
And this is something Jackie and Mako do a lot too. They have
Sejuani also spotted on the ward, of course.
play 3v2s when they do and for their team, and it's definitely going to be necessary. Void Grubs are
I think Noah played fine. I don't think Noah played as bad as people make it out to be. It's just that his conditions became so shit because he made crucial mistakes. He made crucial mistakes that cost way too much. But I think Noah still played fine.
6-minute mark, but junglers still very much attracted to the bottom side of the map. He jumps in over the rocks.
Trade here from Cream as well. Humanoid walking back in, trying to get.
No magic mantle gap here.
Still gets the good trade.
It's like Noah. I think Noah played as I expected him to play. I think that Oscarinin. No, this is not his first international. Noah played as I expected him to play. That's why I don't care as much as people want to make it out to be. I just don't rate Noah that high, especially in comparison to fucking Jackie Love.
He's too deep. I mean, he's gone in.
And this is the nail in the coffin.
Good trade.
The final play.
He's too deep. I mean, he's gone in real heavy here. Permafrost is out. He gets. He's too deep. I mean, he's gone in.
So yeah, they go for Tian, they do some burst down, but the heal keeps him alive, he kites back, and then here, he flashes out. Very lucky that, of course, he gets out. I think it makes sense for Humanoid to fight with his team rather than going on the other side, trying to finish Maokai off. Like in hindsight, sure, Humanoid could say, I kill Maokai, you guys go out, but I think that he will get collapsed on by Tristana, so it's like a very iffy play. I think fighting with his teammates makes sense here, right? But look at this Jackie Love Q here. This is the most value fucking Varus Q I've ever seen at this point in the game, bro. Like this is 6 minutes in, look at this Varus Q, guys.
But he's on the wrong side of it.
Damn. What the fuck is that Q, bro? Just shaves them. Bazooka, bro. It's a bazooka.
Jackie Love now looking for a champion.
Flashing forward. Humanoid is in deep too. Doesn't even get Tian. The game is over, guys.
But when you take on Jack,
Who do Fnatic against? They're going to play against the winner of Loud and Gum, which is most likely Loud. And honestly now, the rest of the game is history, man. Like, they don't scale that.
Everything Fnatic have, they got to throw it at him. They're trying. Humanoid with a little pack. And that, they're cheering them on. What gods?
I think that it's a very, very hard play to play perfect. So I think it's a bad play in itself. But the thing is, they need to somehow create some, like Talia is not gonna have many timers against Tristana. She's just not, especially when Sejuani is so far behind. So it's like, they need to do something, but like, what would I change about draft? It's like, they lost the level 1 situation. I think inherently, picking something like Zaya Rakan in order to dodge only swap against Varus and signal it's so obvious. I would ban Ashe 4-5, Ashe Rumble are the bans. And then I would pick Olaf on 5. I think that's what you change. And then maybe on 3, pick Azir instead of Talia. Because you're not gonna have like a lot of CC. Because Vi is banned and Zinza will get banned 4-5. Alright.
Fnatic were about to pitch.
So it's like, the thing is, the game is in such a horrible spot here. And Tian is trapping, looking for a dive, Razork finds him. I think this is a play that makes sense to go for. And I think Humanoid will not get timers. Like, Humanoid is in big trouble. He needs to go.
Tien, is it a bait? I don't know, because
I think even if he tries to kill Tian, like Tian needs to be on the other side of the wall. It's like it's so fucking close. It's so close.
The Weaver's Wall from Humanoid follows up,
But it's just the sapling fucking CCs them, and then the Q of Varos just one-shots them. I don't know if Fnatic like fucking use their flashes here, commit all the way to this play, because this is really do or die. Like this is a really, really do or die situation. Because if top esports get to escape and Talia doesn't go, Talia is losing mid off of the previous trade against no magic mantle. Tian gets out, he's level 5, Sejuani is behind. Fnatic need to gain something here. They need to fucking commit. Like keep in mind, Talia is half HP. Zaya Rakan are getting fucked. Maokai is super far ahead of Seju.
Is he too deep? I mean, he's gone in real heavy here. Permafrost is out. He gets rooted up. Tien, is it a bait? I don't know, because the Weaver's Wall from Humanoid follows up, but he's on the wrong side of a Jackie-Love. Now looking for a champion ball.
Fucking Jackie-Love, bro. What a beast. What a damn beast.
Available. And looks so
CS that
No, I think meta is relatively the same, guys. Meta is exactly the same as it was pre-Worlds. I mean, like during spring, and then just lane swap is just the added layer, right?
you mentioned how Jackie was able to put
Yeah, I think we covered so much in this game already, guys, that I don't know how much it makes sense to cover more.
as he flashes through Jun.
I think that this rundown has already been 2 hours and 20 minutes, so I think we call it there. Like, LoL esports, like just in regards to tomorrow, guys, I'll try to create like a sack again. I think it's time to sack it up. I think PSG is going to beat Estro, but I think that this is a very, very even type game. I think this is way more even than this one. I think Loud is going to annihilate Gum. And that's that. I think that Loud is going to legit 2-0 them. I think that Loud, I think Tinones and Root look very fucking solid. I think they're going to smoke them. And I think that PSG just play more cohesive. I think they have a higher talent on the team here.